guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. Is that a Draco Malfoy blanket on my bed? What can I say? What can I say? Of course it is. Duh. Literally duh.
This is class, that's ridiculous.
Very good.
And this blanket is actually courtesy of Jess from Books Past Bedtime. Thank you, girl. That is my girl. She literally just left my house. She was visiting me, and we did some damage at some bookstores. So that is why I'm coming at you with a haul today. I'm in my glasses, I have messy hair, and I have this sweatshirt. So that will let you guys know it is time for a haul. I don't know why I've noticed literally every haul I film, I'm wearing this sweatshirt. I think it's because I seek comfort when I'm stressed, and a big source of comfort for me is buying books.
We love retail therapy. It's fine, it's healthy.
And every time I go book shopping, I'm wearing this comfy, comfortable, safe feeling sweatshirt. So this is the standard haul fit, and let's get into this haul because I have over 20 books to show you guys. So the first book that I'm super excited about is The Snowman by Joe Nesbo. Never read anything by this man, but this book was really highly recommended by Noelle Gallagher here on BookTube, and I feel like I have really similar reading taste to her. I really trust her opinions and her reviews, so I went ahead and picked this up. I thought it would be a fun little murder mystery to read during the winter because obviously Snowman, we're gonna have a snowy atmospheric setting, so super excited for this. I think this is like a crime thriller. There's a serial killer and we're following the people, like the victims' families, and then we also get a police perspective, obviously, because it is a crime thriller. So, serial killers, snow, crime.
Yes.
Next, I picked up The Hand on the Wall by Maureen Johnson. So this is the third book in the Truly Devious series. I am currently working my way through the second book, which is The Vanishing Stair. So I'm super excited to get to this one. Truly Devious is a YA mystery series that follows Stevie, a girl at a prestigious private school for gifted children, and she is investigating the true crime cases that have taken place there that are unsolved, as well as the crimes that are happening at the school in real time. So she's just my little detective queen, and these books are so fun and cozy and atmospheric for winter. So I'm excited to get to this one as well. Take a shot every time I say I'm excited to read one of these books because you'll be dead. Actually, don't do that. That would be horrible for you. The next book I have is The Chain by Adrienne McKinty. I'm planning on reading this book as a buddy read with Caroline Johnson and Jess from Books Past Bedtime as well. So I'm super excited to read this one with these girls.
Oh my god, I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
Can we just... I'm super excited for all of these books, so I don't have to keep saying it. Okay.
So I'm gonna buddy read this with those gals, and this one is about a kidnapping chain, hence the chain. So one child gets kidnapped, and then if your child gets kidnapped, to get your child back, you have to kidnap another child. And the chain keeps going on and on and on and on until something happens, I guess. I don't really know. I guess we'll find out. I am super excited.
If I say super excited one more time.
But I am excited to get into this. So, tea. The next book I have here is The Night the Lights Went Out by Karen White. I'm so happy to have this. I've been wanting to read this since Caroline recommended it in one of the first videos that I ever watched from her. And so she sent it to me. Thank you, Caroline. I literally love you so much. I've never read a Karen White book before, but I feel like it's like a southern small town mystery vibe, and I am so down for that. So I think this has the potential to be one of my faves. Also, just because Caroline talks about it so highly, I trust her with my life. This book takes place in Sweet Apple, Georgia.
Sweet Apple, Georgia. Yes, indeed.
So I love the little southern small town vibe. This single mother moves there with her children, and all of a sudden an anonymous, like someone on social media, starts posting about her failed marriage and just gossiping about her. So she's wondering who the fuck that is, why the fuck they're doing it, and she's probably gonna uncover some secrets of her own. Maybe the anonymous poster has their own deceptions. Anyway, super excited for that.
Super excited for that.
Next up, I have Pretty Little Wife by Darby Kane. This was my book of the month for November, and I plan on buddy reading this with Amanda from Ginger Snap Reads. Love her. And this is a debut thriller, so we're both kind of nervous because you never really know with a debut thriller, but we have high hopes, okay? It's on book of the month.
Do the book of the month people know what they're doing? Did they vet this out? Nobody knows. Hopefully they did.
This one follows a missing dead husband. So this woman's husband died. There's more than one way to end a marriage. Pretty sure he died or she killed him. And now the body is simply missing. I'm intrigued. Next up, I have In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. This is the Green Team's buddy read pick for the Disney Channel Games Readathon. Obviously, I am a co-host of the Green Teen along with Naima from Naima's Reads. So we are going to be buddy reading this during the Disney Channel Games Readathon. I have no idea when this video is going up, so that might be in a week, that might be in 2 weeks, that might be in the past. Who knows? But I am not usually a Christina Lauren lover. I have not given above 3 stars to any of their books. So I'm hoping this one can break that bad streak. I think it will, actually. I really think it will, because I'm liking the Christmassy atmosphere. That's already gonna earn her an extra star, right? Maybe cheesy, but that's what I like. And also this has a time loop Groundhog Day type of scenario in it. And I think what I'm missing in a lot of Christina Lauren books are the like extra element, right? It just feels like oftentimes it's like a contemporary and I read the whole book and I'm like, nothing really happened. What was the point of reading that? But with this little sci-fi time travel-y time loop element, I think it could add something else that could possibly help me like this book. So I'm eager to get to this, and I hope you guys are reading along with us for the Disney Channel Games Readathon. Next up, I have Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I just ordered this book quickly on Amazon because Reagan from Ray Ray Reads cannot stop raving about this book. It's one of her faves, so I'm really into Colleen Hoover lately, and I had to try this just because of the way that she was talking about it. Also, it's fitting my prompt for the Disney Channel Games Readathon for water on the cover, so obviously this has water on the cover. Basically, this is about obviously 2 people who fall in love because it's Colleen Hoover and it's a romance, but I think it's like an enemies to friends with benefits to lovers situation. Basically, the guy just is looking for a friends with benefits relationship, and the girl perspective we're following doesn't have time for a relationship. She's a busy boss-ass bitch woman, so she doesn't have time for a relationship. They settle on friends with benefits because even though they're not really friends, they do have that mutual attraction and they want to, you know, get together. So they do that and it turns into something more. And apparently this is gonna make me ugly cry, so excited for that. The next book I have is a cozy holiday mystery called Holiday Grind by Cleo Coyle. I always see these little Cleo Coyle mysteries. I think they're called, yeah, Coffee House Mysteries in the bookstore, and I've just never got one. So I thought it would be the perfect time to grab this. I actually found this in a little free library. So I wanted to try it out for this winter season and see what it's all about. Dude, this sounds so interesting to me. This woman who owns a coffee shop, hence Coffee House Mystery, is like into the Christmas spirit. She's living her Christmas life. She walks out onto a snowy day outside her coffee shop, and in the alley behind the coffee shop the jolly man who like dresses up as Santa and rings a little bell for charity. You know those dudes?
Happy holidays! Feliz Navidad! Hello and Merry Christmas! Oh, thank you, sir. Here's some joy.
Yeah, he's laying dead, murdered outside. So, who done it and why? That's what we're going to find out. I'm so excited for this. I think it's going to be so funny. Also, the coffee shop's owner is a cop, so she's probably going to get all the tea from this detective man as he comes home and tells her about the case. Ooh, I'm so excited about this. This might be my Christmas Day read because what goes better on Jesus' birthday than a dead Santa? So next I picked up The Other Mrs. by Mary Kubica.
It's coming to Netflix. Woo!
I loved The Good Girl by Mary Kubica, so I'm willing to give her a new release a shot. This is giving me like Last Mrs. Parrish vibes. The Other Mrs., you know, like, ooh, there's another woman. But this other woman is actually dead. So basically what happens is this suburban family moves into this nice little suburban home, and their next door neighbor is promptly found dead. So they're trying to figure out what's happening, and I think the wife of the like main family that we're following gets really invested and into solving the mystery of how this other wife that was found dead died. And she's also living in like a really creepy house. Like I think there might be some like haunted things going on in her home that she just moved into, so that's creepy, and I'm really excited for this one. I've almost bought this like 18 different times, so finally I was at the bookstore with Jess and I was like, I just literally got to do it because I always look at it and I think it's right up my alley. I love a good domestic thriller with some creepy, possibly paranormal vibes, and women who are curious and get into shit they're probably not supposed to get into. So I finally got it, and guess what? I'm so excited to read it. Next up, I have my first JT Ellison book. This is Lie to Me, and I haven't really heard anything about this. I've never read JT Ellison. I've just heard that they're a popular thriller author, so I wanted to try them out. Can't lie, the deckled edges were also a big reason why I bought this book. Also, it was like $5 or something like that, so a good deal. This sounds like another iconic domestic thriller that is gonna keep me up all night. Basically what happens is there's this perfect couple.
Well, they're perfect on the outside, but no one knows what happens behind closed doors.
Like, oh my god, the way that I just want to be the like 2020 Dateline announcer man. Like the way that that's my dream job. Oof. Anyway, there's this perfect couple with the seemingly perfect life, and one day the husband comes home. The wife has left a note saying, I'm leaving you forever, don't look for me. Huh? Why? It's a mystery, we gotta figure it out. Next, I got A Study in Charlotte by oh my god.
Sorry, Brittany.
By Brittany Cavallero. This is the story of Watson and Sherlock Holmes' great grandchildren. So Watson's great-great-great-grandson and Sherlock Holmes' great-great-great-granddaughter meet in college, and when a murder happens at their college, they have to team up and solve it because they're being framed. Hello? This sounds amazing. Literally amazing. It's YA, so, you know, I'm a little nervous, as I always am with YA thrillers, but this one just sounds cute, so I'm ready for her. Mochi is really into this Draco blanket. I think Mochi might love Draco more than I do. Wait, that's not even possible. Hello? Like mother, like son. So next up, I got another YA thriller because even though I don't like many of them, I keep searching for one that's gonna break the streak of bad ones. So I got A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Obviously, this was heavily influenced by Kirsten from Kirsten's Corner, as well as Jess from Books Past Bedtime, because Jess read this when she was reading Kirsten's favorites. I will link that video down below. I love that video. And they both absolutely love this book, and I absolutely love them, so I figured I would try this one out. So the description of this book really reminds me of They Wish They Were Us by Jessica Goodman, and as we know, I didn't really enjoy that book. I thought it was really predictable, and there was way too much focus on the like high school drama rather than the solving the mystery. So I'm hoping this is the like a better version of what I thought that one was gonna be. Basically, it's the exact same plot, the exact same synopsis on this little flap. A really pretty, amazing, popular girl in high school was murdered by her boyfriend, or so it seems. Years later, this main girl is going to dig into the case because she feels like there's more to the story and the boyfriend didn't do it, or someone else, something more sinister was involved, and she's gonna solve the case. So hopefully this is better than They Wish It Were Us. I honestly have a lot of hope in this, and maybe this will be the book that saves YA thrillers for me. Next up, what do we have? Another YA thriller! Oh my god! So I also got this one from a Little Free Library. Also, anytime I get something from a Little Free Library, I put another book in there. Like, I have a going huge stack in the corner of my room over here of books that I'm either going to take to Half Price Books or give to a Little Free Library in exchange for another one. So I'm always, you know, replenishing the stash. No need to cancel me over something. I am actually a good person, so tea. But this is one that I got from a Little Free Library, and I think I exchanged it for my copy of The Unhoneymooners. So just kind of blessed someone with that very average and stale romance. Hope they enjoy it. No, actually a lot of people love that book, so whoever picks it up will probably be excited about it. I'm really happy for her. But I received Kill the Boy Band, which is a YA thriller. It is super fucking short. It's like 200 pages. Just kidding, it's 312. But it is about this girl who goes to stay at a hotel that she knows that her favorite boy band is going to stay at while they're touring in her city. And long story short,
Make a long fucking story short, I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
she ends up kidnapping them and holding them hostage, I think. So, same. Next up, I have another holiday read, One Day in December by Josie Silver. I got this as an add-on for my November book of the month, and I'm really excited to read it this winter. I think it'll be another little atmospheric read for the winter time, and I'm really hoping that I like this because Josie Silver's other book, The Two Lives of Lydia Bird, I absolutely hated. I think it's one of the worst books I've read in 2020. Absolutely trash. No, thank you. Hopefully this one will do better. So this one kind of gives me, from the synopsis, The Last 5 Years vibes by Rebecca Searle, because this girl locks eyes with this guy one day in December, and she can't stop thinking about him. She searches for him everywhere. She can't find him. And then finally, like a year later or something like that, her best friend introduces her to her new boyfriend, and it's the guy.
Drama! I can't wait to see it.
Next up, I have The Dry by Jane Harper. I've never read a Jane Harper book, and I feel like I cannot call myself a thriller booktuber if I haven't read our queen, who literally always gets nominated for the Goodreads Choice Awards thriller thing or whatever. So I feel like I have to read her one time in my life, and this is the one that has been recommended to me the most. So basically we're following a detective who was kind of like run out of his hometown, but then his childhood best friend in this hometown and his entire family gets murdered. So he is called back in to go to the funeral and investigate what happened to these people that he knew very well, and maybe he's connected, and it's all a thing. I don't know how to explain these thrillers that all sound the same. Next up, I have Dear Mrs. Bird by A.J. Pierce. This is a humorous historical fiction about a woman who is an aspiring journalist, but obviously it is set in World War II times, so she is really not accepted as a serious journalist. Instead, they give her a job as like writing the little advice column, you know, like, dear whoever, can I get some advice? And her boss tells her that all the people seeking advice who are unpleasant, meaning that they're talking about stupid women's problems that should not be considered, like motherhood, postpartum depression, and rape culture, sexual assault, things like that, they're all just unpleasant, and we can just ignore that. Well, Mrs. Bird starts answering their letters in secret and giving them advice, and I think she's just gonna be a funny, bold feminist queen, and that's what I aspire to be at all times. So I'm really actually looking forward to reading this. Even though historical fiction is not usually my genre, I'm really interested in this. Next up, I have a thriller that I got for $1 and I'm so happy about it. It is The Mother by S.E. Lines. I just read an arc of S.E. Lines' latest book that just came out like a week ago or something like that. I read an arc of The Housewarming and I gave it 4 stars. I was completely enthralled. It pulled me out of a reading slump. Thank you, S.E. Lines. And when I saw this in the clearance section of my half-price books, I had to get it because I just really like S.E. Lines' writing style. It says that this is a dark psychological thriller with a huge twist. This follows a boy. I don't know if he's a little boy or like a teenager, but he discovers a suitcase in his attic that holds secrets that his mother has been keeping from him. And that is all the synopsis says. So I'm really interested in this. I think it's gonna be twisty and crazy and amazing. Next up, I got a book to read during fall 2021 because I'm crazy and I want to read this book in the fall. I didn't get to it this fall, so I bought it to read next fall. So is this gonna sit on my bookshelves until October? Almost a year? Yes. Am I ashamed of that? No. I have Coraline by Neil Gaiman, and it's so tiny, and I think this would just be the perfect fall read for next fall. Obviously, you know the story of Coraline. Do I even need to tell it? No. So that's fun. Next up, this book makes me so happy. I got a Molly Moon book. Literally, look at this iconic cover. This series was one of my very favorites when I was in elementary and middle school. I absolutely love Molly Moon, so I got Molly Moon's incredible book of hypnotism. I think this is the first one in the series if my 6th grade mind is serving me correctly. I want to do a video where I read my childhood favorite books and see if they still hold up. I really think that Molly Moon will, and I'm so excited to just feel all the nostalgia while I read this book. If you don't know about the Molly Moon series, it follows this young orphaned girl and her pug as she discovers that she holds secret powers. So in this one, she discovers that she can hypnotize people. I literally wanted to be Molly Moon so bad growing up. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read those books again. Not me reading the entire Molly Moon series. It might happen. All right, guys, we're in the final stretch. We have three more books, and I got all of these in the clearance section of half-price books. So they were either $1 or $2, and they're all hardcover thrillers. So very excited for this. First up, I have The Friend Request by Laura Marshall. This one sounds like another twisty and demented domestic thriller, and y'all know that is my absolute fave. So this one follows a woman who got into some shit, I guess, with this other lady while they were in high school, and then the girl from high school literally disappeared. She never heard of her. She was like, ooh, good, because you could literally expose my ass. And then she receives a friend request from this girl like 15 years later when they're both full-grown women with full-ass lives. And she's like, oh no, this stuff from high school is coming back to haunt me.
Who are you? I thought you were dead. Why are you coming up out of the woodwork like this with your little friend request? Don't ruin my life.
You know, I think that's one of the best synopses I've ever given in my life, so we're gonna just leave it at that. Next up, I have I Know Who You Are by Alice Feeney. I absolutely loved Alice Feeney's book, Sometimes I Lie. I gave it 5 stars. And then her newest release, His and Hers, I read an ARC copy of that and I gave it 4 stars. So I really enjoy her thrillers. So this one is about like a has-been kind of actress. I guess she was like mediocre level, D-list, famous. So people like kind of remember who she is, like, oh, you look familiar, but they don't really know much about her except for one crazy fan. They know who she is, and they're trying to ruin her life. So she comes home one day and her husband is missing and she is framed for his disappearance / murder. And all the while, it's this crazy fan, I think. That's what the synopsis leads you to believe anyway. So this sounds really interesting to me. I like when fame is like addressed in books. I don't know why, but that's one of my things that I enjoy in thrillers. So hopefully this one will be interesting. And the final book I have for this haul is a little rough, girl. She's been through some things, but you know, she was $1, so I figured I would just take her and save her and give her a nice little home with me. And that is For Better and Worse by Margot Hunt. And this is a book of the month thriller, so I kind of trust her. So this is about a married couple who bond on their first date over dinner, drinks, movies, and how to get away with murder. And they both become criminal defense attorneys, so they're literally helping people get away with murder. And it might go so far that to protect themselves and their family, they have to commit a murder themselves. And this is giving me all of the My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing vibes. I love that book. I love following the perspective of a killer. It's one of my favorite POVs in thrillers, especially in like a domestic setting where no one suspects they're actually a killer. Oh, I love that so much. So hopefully this one will give me all of those vibes and I will love it. Hopefully I will love all of these books. And that is it for this haul, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked hanging out with me as much as I liked hanging out with you, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.